started.
Oh, yeah.
You need to tell us.
There you go.
Yeah, no, it's going. All right,
Okay.
well, welcome to the second crossover episode between Big Soy Naturals and Gorilla Radio Show. This episode is going to be about we're going to go over a couple of things, and then we're probably going to dive into the Sandsverse. Keeping in line with the terminally online structure of the subjects we've been covering. But anyways, yeah, everyone want to introduce themselves?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, plug your stuff. Yeah.
I'm Kendall. I'm one half of Big Soy Naturals. I'm the chief officer of Cringe. I'm the USB Rat King. What's up? How are you? Do you have like a name for your fans or no?
Radioheads.
A
Can't say it out
Radiohead.
loud.
Oh no, I forgot we did that. Yeah.
Radioheads.
What up,
The evil things
Radioheads?
we came up with in the late nights of the early Patreon Discord.
When the
I
fuck
feel
did you
like
come up with that?
I
I wasn't
might-
included.
I might have come up with Radioheads. I
It
feel
might
like
have been you.
that might have been me. I know I came
Well,
up with the
we've
stand
got,
names
Mhm.
We got Standrin, Grannies, or
and Austin.
Grannies,
Grandheads.
yeah.
or-
Grannies rise up.
I mean, one of the many things Cerise is very good at is being a brand manager. So I wouldn't be surprised if they came up with Radioheads.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
course.
Cerise. I'm the former head of diversity and inclusion at Tesla. I also was head of product at Quibi, and now I'm unemployed. I'm a public intellectual on Big Soy Naturals. I'm excited to be here. Hello, Radioheads.
We're so excited to have you here and to dive into the really, really deep questions burning at the core of the tensions and hurt of the American people right now.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, what are we talking
Yeah.
about? I don't know what this is.
I have no
Um,
fucking idea.
I guess just to
No.
start out, we probably, just because Primate Podcast, we probably have to address the elephant in the room in terms of monkey news, in that people are freaking out right now about the monkeypox outbreak. There's an outbreak of monkeypox in the UK, Spain, and one reported case in Massachusetts. This
Boston?
is maybe, I'm not sure. I don't know if it said specifically. I just saw Massachusetts.
I don't think there's anywhere else.
I
in
do know
Massachusetts.
that. Yeah, no, I mean, it's
I just
the
think
only
it would
place.
be a great opportunity to just close up the city walls of Boston and not let them leave.
hmm
Yeah,
No
just,
more mass
like,
holes leaving the state.
Honestly.
Absolutely not.
keep them in there.
Mhm.
The Bruins are out of the playoffs, so they don't need to go anywhere else. They can stay there for a while.
Did you just hit us with hockey news?
Yeah.
the fuck watches hockey?
What's wrong with hockey? I
We're
watch
not
hockey.
Canadian.
Buffalo's close enough to Canada. So, monkeypox. This is a disease that is similar to chickenpox, I guess, but also it's similar to smallpox.
Jesus.
It's similar to chickenpox in that it gives you these like horrible looking bumps on your skin, similar to smallpox in that it will kill you. Monkeypox is mostly it's mostly been contained to Africa for the past, I don't know how long, ever since it became a thing, I guess, because it's mostly just transferred zoonotically between like bushmeat, like chimpanzees that get shot, and like people handling all the blood and stuff. Now somehow
Someone
it's
fucked
made
a
its
monkey,
way to.
right?
I mean, it's possible. It's possible. Somehow it has ended up in the UK, Spain, and Massachusetts. So I don't want to say it's nothing to worry about, because I distinctly remember one of the Chapo Trap House hosts said COVID was nothing to worry about, like 1 week before it destroyed the entire nation.
And we talk about it all the time. We're just like Chapo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just like him.
We're just like him.
You know,
I really feel like
same
we have
amount
more
of power
of a
and
Cum Town
influence.
dynamic.
That's arguable, but
There's three of us. There's three of us. There's three guys on Cum Town.
Which one are you?
You're the
Also,
bitch
I
of the
don't. Which one are
podcast.
they?
There's like only actually really 3 guys on Chapo though, and there's
Well,
like,
Virgil
some
hasn't
people
been
who
seen
are also
in
there.
2 years.
yeah, because Virgil's like a pedophile, I think.
That's
I don't
so
know.
funny that you just
That's-
dropped off the face of the earth.
yeah. Let's see.
I don't listen to
Shit, what
men's
was I gonna-
podcasts. Besides
No.
this
So
one.
that's
true.
honestly
That's
that's such a reasonable stance to take on all this. But yeah, no. It could be a thing. It could not. I'm just going to go ahead and cover all of our bases and say I am against the virus that causes monkeypox and leave it at that.
Austin,
I am morally opposed to it.
Austin, do you think that it might be your fault though? Because didn't you
Is it my fault?
Didn't you go to 100 gex after a monkey got you sick?
Yeah.
Okay. Listen.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
I feel as though Chandran would have gotten. I feel like we would have known by now. Honestly.
No, because he could have been.
I think this is something
asymptomatic. So
yeah, a dormant carrier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been dormant for like years, and I've just been carrying it, spreading it.
You're Typhoid Mary.
You know, like Goku, you've just been carrying around about.
Until proven otherwise, it might be Austin's fault.
I subscribe to this theory.
I agree.
Well, it could be my fault.
It's
hard to
say. Yeah, I think it is your fault, Austin.
It's really hard to say. The experts are divided.
Do you have anything prepared? For when they ask you for your statement.
I'm planning on a suicide by cop if they ask me anything. If I get any scrutiny at all, I'm killing myself.
Publicly dying. What the fuck are we gonna do about the pot? If you do suicide by cop, we can't continue. We have to find a new person to bully. Who?
Like me and Greg can be swapped out.
Yeah.
Austin really holds this together. Like just
maybe.
by the mechanics of it, not like
one
really,
day
spiritual or
is gonna pull
creative
Virgil and he's gonna
contribution.
disappear.
For the exact same reasons too.
You can call in Ethan. You can call in Ethan. You can just make Ethan learn as much as possible about monkeys.
Oh, that's true. We could replace Austin with Ethan like that. It wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, I'm very replaceable here.
We could lottery it off to our diehards, and they jump at the opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. Our 20 Patreon diehards. So
I'll go through Austin's
list right now.
UNCC email contact list and get all his anthropology professors and just find the most unhinged one.
Yeah, no, you could. I'm sure you could find one.
Someone whose theses are never fucking read, who's just wants that attention so bad,
just needs
just,
it,
fucking
is desperate for it.
Yeah,
will take $20 a month to do this.
But
I think for $30 a month, you should give the monkeypox to someone else.
Ooh.
Yeah, it'll be like one of those chicken pox sleepovers I used to have in the olden days. But instead, I'm spitting. Oh yeah, the other thing.
Olden days?
I knew I was
had a chickenpox sleepover when I was a kid. That's how I.
Well, that's because you're old, Greg.
I'm a year old.
I've never had chickenpox or any kind of pox.
Yeah, no,
I know.
I'm proud to say I have been pox free for most of my life.
Until recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, now it's up in the air. We're not sure. I feel like if I'm going to get any kind of pox, it would be the monkeypox. So,
and we'd make so much
the other thing that I knew I was forgetting to mention was the CDC released a statement that it was almost exclusively found in men having sex with other men. So this is a homophobic disease that we have on our hands right now.
Wow.
Additional evidence that you might be patient zero.
That's
God.
All right, Austin. You couldn't do it on their
Do you feel
podcast.
that?
But now
I feel-
you can come out.
I feel like this tremor. I feel like this seismic tremor. I think it's Ronald Reagan rising from the fucking grave.
Oh
So
yeah, no, I mean, you got to think about
too.
it. It's pretty similar, bushmeat trade leading to human transference of the disease and being spread by sexual contact among gay men. I mean, it's Reagan's
I
revenge.
still
I
don't
guess.
subscribe to the Bushman theory. I find it much more hilarious to think that AIDS started because some dude fucked a monkey.
I don't think. Okay, we can't have this.
I find
Nobody
that
fucked the
funnier.
chick.
Like just some poacher, and I'm betting South African man. All right, racist shit.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk's father.
Elon Musk's dad.
Elon
was,
Musk's father
was in Zaire killing locals so he could get an emerald mine, and he fucked the monkey.
Oh my god.
They played Fuck, Marry, Kill on their pod.
This is the shit we cut out of our podcast.
Oh, really?
Jesus Christ.
I think you should keep
We
it
cut out
in.
nothing.
We cut
I
so
could say
much.
what you just said. I could say what you just
You'd
said, and
be
then it would be
fine.
fine.
Yeah, but if
Yeah,
now that I've
I
said
cut
it,
out the sounds of my mechanical keyboard, and that's it. We leave everything in. All bars.
All right. But yeah, now with monkeypox out of the way, I guess we could go ahead and start talking about the Sandsverse and all that stuff. I guess to link it to monkeys, the way this all started for me was on Tumblr in like 2015 or some shit. There was like these like macro images of proboscis monkeys with like their dicks out being shared around, and it was really funny. And somehow at some point, I think that coincided with the Elmer blog from the Sandsverse lore. And I'm willing to bet that was a factor in the creation of that character. But in any case, you guys, I sent a Google Doc with like all my notes. I'm sure some of us are more familiar with Sandsverse than others, but
I have never heard the term before until you mentioned it like
what
last
the
week.
fuck am I
Yeah, me
reading in this like
either.
Reddit thread? I can't fucking parse the English.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the sort of initial joke of the Sandsverse. Like, I believe it started with a blog called Just Little Frog Things, and I guess it was just funny for a guy to pretend to be a frog online who spoke in like really broken English. I believe the specific inspiration for the like brand of broken English was like Albanian children in YouTube comments. They said at one point. I remember reading that.
Finally, some Balkans discourse. I'm in.
Yeah.
All right, now we've got Greg. We got him with the hook.
According to like Know Your Meme, it was like September 23rd, 2014, when Sans Vendor 100, which is the original blog, made the first post. Which was the first character was not even Elmer; it was Seymour the Tapir, who sells sand. And that was the entry into the Sandsverse. Is that there's
I guess that's why it's
creature
called Sandsverse, right?
Yeah,
'Cause, he sells sand.
And I mean, if you look at a Google image of like a tapir, it really is the most creature of animals. Like that thing is not real. Like it doesn't. This looks like something you'd kind of like mash together for some terrible fantasy series.
Yeah,
like that's not a real thing.
Yeah, they're definitely my favorite like fucked up non-primate animal. If I had to pick one, they have prehensile penises. They can grab things with the tip of their dicks.
Why would they need to do that?
Yo,
I don't know, but
that's
they do. They
fucking awesome.
Okay.
I
Someone
love that
needs
somewhere
to
down the
write
Darwinian line, they were like, you know what, we need penis
Based on
clippers.
tapir penises. Oh
yeah,
my god.
someone needs to do
Oh my
like
God,
a Megaverse
just
again,
like-
but with
Like, okay, I'm already picturing it. I'm gonna go in there, and it's prehensile, right? You gotta like, instead of nodding, you gotta grab something in there.
Oh my God, we
hold
found
on
it
for dear life.
We found the gorilla grip
Yo.
So,
would you want to have one?
But I don't know.
I'm
that
warming
seems...
up to the idea.
I
really
mean,
am.
it does seem really,
I really
fun.
am.
Like
The longer
it's
I
sort of
sit
like an
with it.
extra hand. You could like screw in a light bulb with it.
You know, a lot of times I'm in the bathroom, and I do would like an extra hand. You know, like maybe I'm doing my hair, or I'm filling up a bowl or something, and I'm like, I could use an extra hand here. It would help a lot. And I'm in the privacy of my bathroom. That's why I mentioned the bathroom, because I can whip the dick out. Third hand. There we go. I think it's utilitarian. It's utilitarian.
I mean, I can understand the evolutionary perspective of this trait that has been evolved.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes the tapir's got to do their hair while also doing some third thing.
Exactly.
You could fight with it also. If it works like a hand, it could work like a fist.
Getting somebody like in a headlock.
You think it could hold a gun?
Yeah, like getting in.
Oh my god!
I'm into this.
Yeah, Gorillaverse, here we come.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give a bit of background on my introduction to primatology, because I wasn't always a freak about monkeys. Basically, like I mentioned before, this proboscis monkey meme with like the image macros of like the wiener and the scream. This predated the Polish proboscis monkey meme. I'm almost positive. I just remember it was like a very brief time period right before I started seeing Sandsverse stuff on my Tumblr dash, and so I've mentally connected the two in my mind. But something about that meme in combination with Elmer, the character, I guess the second canon
Elmer
quote unquote
Fudd?
Sandsverse
Like, what
blog.
the fuck are you? What?
No,
Who's
his name is just. Open the TV tropes page. Elmer is a proboscis monkey, and he sells fruits instead of sand.
Yeah, this is part of the universe of the
Okay,
Sandsverse.
okay.
Yeah, this
that
is the
Elmer's
in-universe
a
lore.
proboscis monkey, and then who is it? It's Seymour's like a tapir, and then I believe there's the Boar of the North. Who sells a different thing, and then there were tons of offshoot blogs that weren't part of the necessary canon. But I think a lot of the people who started the original 100 Sandsverse blogs got kind of really sick of the offshoot blogs and deleted quite a few of their posts. From what I remember, there was Melman, I believe, who deleted everything first because he was just really sick of all of the Sandsverse blogs or something. Yeah, it's a whole universe.
Yeah, one thing about
stuff?
no, it's
really.
It
was
always does lead back
one.
to that, doesn't it?
It was one person's shit posting creative writing project that just another person joined in on, and then everyone else was like, oh, this is a role playing fandom I can join, right? And then it became quickly insufferable, and until all the other ones just died out and only the 3 alphas remained at the top. Although there is kind of a good reason for the sort of lesser blogs to disappear, because there was a lot of hilarious drama that came from a bunch of completely uninitiated young people trying to join in. Notably, I don't know if someone wants to read this, but basically, somehow one of these Sandsverse role-playing blogs ended up in an argument with I believe a TERF online, and there's this insult in the Sandsverse grammar where it was funny originally because the tapir character called Elmer the monkey an ape in all caps, and so it turns out when you just use that on real people, it's not always a great look. So I don't know if you want to scroll to it's number 2 on the document, the second image. I don't know who wants to read that.
I'd love to.
We can take turns. Someone can read the first one, then
if someone wants to read the first one, and then we can just kind of popcorn read back.
No, as the resident Indian girl right now, I'll read the first one.
Okay. All right.
Trans cult racist just called me a brown girl, a monkey, and I knew they'd do it at some point, Lamau. You all are trash. That's why you complain about dating 24/7. Maybe you'd get a date if you weren't such vile people. And then JS, which I don't know what that means.
Just saying, I think it means.
Just saying? Okay.
And I'll do the second one, which, keep in mind, the idea behind these blogs was originally just funny, broken English grammar, but people tried to sort of make rules out of it and do that in all of their posts, and refusing to break characters. So the second response here is, Henlore, I did not mean it like this. I'm neglected that Desi in your name meant Desi ethnic group. I'm just thought it was name used by white girls in America sometimes. Please don't think I'm racist.
Please don't think I'm racist.
Please. Please.
And then the third one is where it really
Dude,
gets knocked out of the park.
He did not mean like that. Meant not sentient or self-aware. And apologizes. Also, fuck you. One, don't use cult torture to trans people. One, my friends, trans is survivor of cult abuse and not just some buzzing word. 2, apologizing profusely and is suicidal at the moment. Was honest mistake. 3 was honest mistake. 4, intersexist and transphobic piece of garbage deserve gunch.
Gunch.
What?
Greg
Gunch
is
was
over
also
here,
a common
fucking
word.
head in his hands. Does not handle it.
Gunch was also like I think a common word in the Sandsverse.
Yeah, it came from like Elmer used it one time to like as like a vague like threat that didn't make any sense because it was just like nonsense. It was kind of funny, but then like everyone thought that it was like an established concept that they needed to do in order to roleplay. Which I'm gonna come out and just say that like I don't think there's any like canon or non-canon blogs. I think literally just the people who originally made these blogs just refused to interact with the people who weren't funny. And so that's why there's only like 2 people in that like accepted universe circle. Oh yeah, another
so I was like first going to say that I think all of these people like need to be rounded up and put in a camp. Essentially, those are my children.
Oh my god!
But then I was like, okay, but this is just like very online behavior. But then I remember, do you know that there was this like lady that was running for office pretty recently, and then she had a story come out about her where she was like bullying teens at a sleepover.
Yes.
And so then she had to like drop out because like she was like bullying them like in a really weird way too. Like they weren't even her kids. And she like called one of them like
grown up. She was an adult.
Yeah. And she like
kids at her house.
Yeah.
It was like pizza face.
Was not even her house. She was at someone else, like at another adult's house, and then called like one of these kids like a pizza face. And like,
she's like she was totally drunk off her ass, like making fun of these children chaperoning a sleepover at some other lady's house.
That would have gotten my vote. I would have voted for her.
So she had to drop out because it got to be, I guess, too much of a scandal. And then like her last tweet on Twitter is like, fine, I guess I'll just end it all.
Kill myself.
I really like that we reached the era in history where like suicide baiting is now not just something that like cry typing like mentally ill like teenagers do when they've been like called out for racism, but it is also what like people running for office will do as well.
Imagine if Donald Trump hadn't been banned, how many times he would have done that to us by now.
Just threatening to kill himself in the fucking Oval
I cannot
Office.
believe Twitter let Donald Trump tweet the whole time he was in office, and then as soon as he lost, took him away from us.
Mm-hmm. Wait, he's on the Truth app now, and he's defending Amber Heard's honor. So I like that he's gone back to being like a gossip queen, like just like weighing in on whatever.
Yeah, he's so fucking good at it.
He's so good at it.
Like he's a fascist psychopath. However,
piece of shit.
He was right up there with Drill.
Go on.
With best Twitter accounts. It was like Drill and then anything Donald tweeted before he was elected. And it was just like always insane shit.
Remember when he was like obsessed with Robert Pattinson and Kristen Stewart's relationship?
Yes.
Literally.
I feel like he talked about it on camera a lot. Yeah.
He talked about it multiple times, and he was like, "Robert, don't take her back. She treated you like a dog, and she'll do it again." Like
he's just watching E-News all day.
Remember when he said Mike Bloomberg was really short and kept calling him Mini Mike and spouted like
okay, that was also really funny.
He's like the quintessential online bully. I love it. It's so fucking funny. Like every time, like he was so close. I feel like to really just only tweeting at people like kill yourself. Like he was this close.
Yeah. I feel like he also would be like, if I don't get like 100 likes on my mixtape, I'm going to kill myself.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think
overturn the election in my favor,
like,
or I kill myself.
I think politicians should suicide bait us, but like then they should do it for real.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
I spent our bonus episode yesterday calling
like,
for the execution of Republican officials. So.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's hope no like secret agents. I mean, like national service. What am I talking about? Let's hope like no like fucking like.
He's on his way to kill you, Austin.
Let's hope no one in power is like.
Did you cut out the part where I described how to build a bomb?
Oh, okay.
I did not
You
cut out
left
that part
in
out.
how I told people how to make napalm?
Yeah, everyone knows how to make napalm.
I guess.
Yeah, it's common knowledge.
It's free
It's
speech,
like how to make
right? That's
rice, you know,
protected
it's
speech.
easy.
Yeah, people have their own little tricks and their own little methods to doing it. Some people do the one knuckle rule. Some people just do to just do measure it. Everyone's got their own way to make rice. Like they got their own way to make napalm. It's cool.
All right, yeah, no. I mean, my grandma
It's
taught me,
protected speech.
so.
I'm just describing how to use your Second Amendment right.
All right, so to sort of veer us back on track, yeah, no, the combination of that proboscis monkey meme on the internet and the rise of Elmer, I just became super fixated on these blogs when I was 15, 16 years old for no good reason. And that led me to doing an obscene amount of pranks involving monkeys and fucking proboscis monkeys specifically. I had one teacher who first of all hated me, probably wanted me dead. I think quit his job as soon as I graduated from high school.
Didn't want to risk it again.
At the beginning of my sophomore year, he was a new hire and he had a full head of black hair. End of my senior year, completely gray. I took a couple years off his life.
He did an Obama.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I would.
You were his American tragedy.
I would print out pictures of Elmer, and cut them out into heart shapes and glue them in the back of his yearbook like a fucking psychopath. I would do that thing where
Austin, can I just ask you?
Yeah.
Were you were you? I mean this in the nicest possible way. Were you a fucking loser in high school? Did people fuck with you? Did people fuck
Austin
with you?
keeps describing high school and tells us things that people in elementary school should be doing.
Yeah, yeah. And then you're and then at the same time you're I was on the wrestling team and they love to throw me around. Buddy.
What would be the mean way of asking that?
The mean way would be, you were a fucking loser in high school, weren't you?
I'd say in 9th grade I was, but 10th grade, I don't know. I was really good friends with an offensive lineman. He was my best friend, and he was
Those
good
are the
friends
least
with
cool guys on the football team.
Well, yeah, but he was really good friends with the captain of the football team / tri-sport athlete / student body president. So
Oh, so by the 5 degrees of Kevin Bacon, you were cool.
Yeah, I had protection around me, so no one could bully me. So I was good to do whatever I wanted.
Don't bully my
clout
person,
adjacent.
That's how I try to live my life. Clout adjacent.
Were you holding a pocket all through high school?
No. Look, I just did really another factor in the stupid pranks I did is this was a brand new school. They opened down the street from me, and I was the first graduating class, so they didn't know what to expect, and I was maybe one of the main people that was constantly pushing the boundaries. I told you guys in the bonus episode that I made a tweet so heinous on the high school DSA account that I made for my high school that they had to ban the account and put together a slideshow presentation at the beginning of every year.
They put DSAs in high schools now?
You can start a YDSA.
That's how they get their next generation of
for high
NGO fucking morons.
That's crazy. You can't even vote when you're in high school. So what use are they?
What use are they when you can vote?
I don't think that
met anybody in the DSA.
So in a sense, a YDSA would be an ROTC for kids who really like.
It's JROTC. Yeah, it's literally
JROTC for Bernie.
Yeah, for this.
God, it really was. 2019 YDSAs across the nation were I'm sure full of the most miserable people around. Genuinely, I know because I was one of them, right? Yeah.
I'm gonna throw slander right at our colleges.
Yeah, wait, what were you saying?
Oh, I was just gonna say, before I knew about Philly Socialist, which is a cool organization, I tried to check out Philly DSA, and the whole meeting was just people talking about insane Twitter beef. that like
Oh yeah, of course.
I didn't know anything about. Everyone in the room was white, and then they were like, "We got to sign up to phone bank for Bernie."
Classic.
To be absolutely fair, Philly DSA is like the worst DSA.
Okay.
But they are all like that. Like, DSA is an excellent thing if you're a vague leftist with no friends. It's a really good social club. But I haven't seen them do a goddamn thing for organizing ever, and I sat on Charlotte's steering committee. We just couldn't get anything done. Because your average, like, DSA member is essentially a Democrat who just hates Nancy Pelosi. They're just Democrats.
They're
Well, I think
boroughs.
instead of joining the
but not like
DSA, you should get a gun, and then
And you should subscribe to our podcasts on Patreon.
Yeah.
You know,
those $5 a month you're paying them in dues. Nah,
I will
Right here.
say, I do think it was really camp of Nancy Pelosi to get huge, like, knocker implants, like, by 1874. That was kind of camp.
Did she do that?
It's the most Italian American
Massive
woman thing
fucking
anybody
implants.
can ever
Let's
do.
go Nancy Pelosi. I'm back on Nancy Pelosi's side.
Mhm. That's all a
Kinda
woman has
camp.
to do to impress you is just have tits.
Get huge knockers.
Interesting.
She's a real primordial Italian.
I'm very attracted to intention, you know? Really putting it out there.
For sure. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Do you think she's
But yeah.
at the Madison Cawthorn Coke orgies?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Probably. Yeah. I can see
Pelosi
that.
goes to she's that's how she reaches across the aisle, you know, literally and figuratively. Yeah,
We can make fun
she
of
goes to
Madison Cawthorn 'cause
Democratic.
he's in our state.
Yeah, we can. We are allowed to. He's
Do you think her
she
and
goes
Mitch McConnell?
Democrat, Republican. She goes to Libertarian one every once in a while, but they're kind of lame. I think they smoke too much.
Well, the
and they all
Libertarian
green out.
ones all got busted once they busted Epstein. So
She's too old for them.
Yeah,
I'm also too old for them.
I want no government to being like, I love brain pills, and I want to like fucking make sure that we keep America great or whatever. It would like, what happened to the old days where like a libertarian was just like a skinny guy with a mustache in your town that always talked about like fucking,
That hated cops.
cops.
They were still annoying. They were still annoying, and
Yeah.
they were still like racist, but they were like funnier.
Yeah.
Not as
Yeah.
They
funny
were funnier about it.
they hated cops
again,
for like the
my
opposite
favorite-
reason we should.
My
Yeah.
favorite moment from the 2016 election, which I can recite by memory, is the libertarian debate where they're like, "Should you need a license to drive?" Hell no. Yes. What's next? Needing a license to toast in your own toaster? Woo!
let's go.
And then just fucking poor Gary gets up there. Poor Gary's like, the license to drive? I mean, I'd like to see some competency, and boo!
I agree. I would also be booing. I don't think
The
they need a
libertarians
license. I'm from New Jersey.
They get like 3 million votes per election, too. There are 3 million of those motherfuckers out there who are like, we got a chance this time, that we're really gonna fucking do it.
And like,
Well, you
as
know,
they're
in
booing
New
him,
Hampshire-
typical Gary fashion, he just like gets up there and he's like, I don't know, like, just kind of gives this huge comical shrug while they're booing him.
He
like,
does.
well,
It's
you
so
know.
funny.
In New Hampshire, it's not legal to like require people to wear seatbelts. So like the libertarian dream is coming true in some places.
They
I-
just
saying
need to
don't tread
legalize
on
drunk
me.
driving.
I almost killed myself off the road in the middle of the night last night, going like 70 and a 40, and like I think that nobody needs a license. Who needs it?
Why the fuck are you
Austin,
going
I
70
have
and
a
40?
primate.
There's like these
Yeah.
really windy back roads behind my house down here, my mom's house down here in South Carolina. And
Oh, you're in
they're so
God's country.
fun.
Go as fast as you fucking want.
I'm in God's country, baby.
All right, wait, hold on. We should get back on track before you
Country roads.
incriminate yourself anymore.
I had a primate question for you,
Yeah.
which primate would be best at drunk driving, and then you can get us back on topic.
Me.
Ooh, I mean, yeah, Greg. For a second.
Me, God's drunkest driver fighting a sinner, a 5-year-old crossing the street.
Greg loves to like text the Discord while he's driving. Like he'll be going like down the highway,
100
texting like,
miles
"Oh,
an
so
hour.
when are you
I'm sorry.
recording?"
I'm so sorry, Austin. I live on the
What up,
West Coast. We
Chimbos?
call it the freeway here.
Oh, okay,
Uh,
yeah, sorry.
Is,
Yeah,
is Utah the West Coast? You have no ocean.
I don't know. They treat it like it is. We have In and Out, and we call it the freeway. So I'm going to consider it the West Coast.
Okay.
That's fair.
And it's full of
I
morons.
feel like a gorilla would be a really responsible
Mormons are
driver. A gorilla would be a driving instructor, in fact, and I think I I always say chimpanzees for answers like this, and it seems like such an easy answer because they're just the most unhinged. But I think I'm gonna throw a screwball here and say the DeBrazza's monkey because they kind of just look like they would be a drunk driver if you can Google them really quick.
Oh yeah, well, everybody
every
Google
time-
that for us.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Thanks,
and do
Every
listeners.
single time Austin pulls some, we've talked about this. Yeah, this guy would go crazy.
This guy would go crazy.
Go crazy drunk driving. This is a great picture. I'm gonna post this picture specifically. I love
Chimps
this guy's doing a
chimps
little
would be really good,
face.
like
Loves Jimmy Buffett.
Coke drivers.
Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Greg would know a lot about that as well.
Driving
Uh-huh.
on Coke, yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Of course.
I don't think I don't know what the statute of limitations is on saying I've done drugs like that, but yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Definitely not as
It's
short
a-
as.
It's a comedy podcast, right?
Yeah.
That's true. This
It's-
is all
everything here is
jokes.
a parody.
It's all
We were
jokes.
joking
Mhm.
around.
You're joking
know.
around.
Having a little good laugh.
You're
with
just
our buddies.
joshing.
I'll tell you, the scariest thing that can happen to you in Utah is you get pulled over on the way to Vegas in the middle of the desert by a Utah state trooper with like 2 8-balls in the glove compartment and like a lot of weed just like on the seat next to you. And you got like a blanket over it, and he's like, "What do you got there?" And I'm like, "It's just my blanket." And I'm like grabbing it to try and ball it up in one thing. Look, a blanket.
I feel like Greg really encapsulates the chimp mindset.
It's called living like you're gonna
Might
die
as well have also
every
had
day.
like
Oh,
you
what a
might as
good
well have
line.
also had like 4 cups of coffee at the same time, just so you know, because I assume that most of the Utah cops are also Mormon. So
Oh, absolutely.
That's sort
They
of like
don't-
Mormon.
They
Coke.
don't let other
Absolutely.
people be cops.
yeah,
Ooh.
They
Got a whole
really
racket
don't.
over there.
This is
the
like
Latter
I
Day
live
12. You know,
I live in a theocracy.
Yeah, have fun over there.
Well, you know, it's cool.
All right, so I guess where should we take the Sandsverse discussion? I guess just in general, besides the fact that it impacted my behavior in high school greatly, Tumblr fads like this just have had an insane impact on society and the internet as a whole, and I feel like it's not as recognized as it should be sometimes. 'Cause I feel like you guys know those
We cut those out. That's also what we cut out.
You gonna fucking make it there?
I wasn't paying no attention.
You've got the monkeypox.
I got the monkeypox. Fuck.
Yeah, it's becoming undormant. So yeah, you guys know those cat those cat Twitter accounts where it's like the cats who are like, "I'm just a little creature," and it's just like
Yeah.
a blurry picture of a cat, and it's like the owner refusing to break character. It's just reminds me there was this one cat account who like the owner was in person role playing as their cat, being extremely homophobic and being like, "We do not accept gay people in this household."
They were just doing the dog thing.
yeah, like the fucking oval paw. You know what? I'm gonna take it a step further. The oval Poffus, Biden's first
Yep.
dog account. That's
Sandsverse.
directly because of the Sandsverse. It's his
I
fault.
wanna-
It's their
I want to
fault.
go see what they're up to right now.
Remember
Let's
when they
find out.
killed?
Yeah.
Remember when Joe Biden killed his dog to get a different one?
yeah.
Yeah.
Me and
Yeah,
Kendall
I do
are
remember.
we're the granddaughters of the dogs that Joe Biden couldn't kill.
Mm-hmm. We've said
Oh my
we've
God,
said
wait,
that
wait,
many
wait.
times on
This
our
is-
podcast.
This account, this shit. I'm putting shit together. I dated a girl in college. All right, who had an
No.
an
Oh, no.
Insta- I
Wait,
know.
wait,
I'm
wait,
just gonna
wait.
slander. I dated a girl in college who had an Instagram account for her 2 pet bunny rabbits, which should have been a major red flag for me like day one, but it wasn't, and I was like,
continue.
I'm a hit. And she
You said that exactly. Like that.
exactly, I did. And she would post shit in their voices in that stupid fucking voice. It drove me insane. Yeah. Drove me absolutely And she was like, well, actually, I was gonna say she was normal, but she wasn't. She was like an ex-theater kid, and they're always fucked up. And it was just always like one heinous thing.
I am
after
one.
another
I'm reformed.
Theater kids love this shit. They love Tumblr. They love talking in a stupid voice. They love. I swear to God, I'm mad as fuck now. Now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, this is where this shit came from, huh? The goddamn pet voice.
Does she talk like that in bed
I got
too?
something. I got something.
No.
You're not gonna like it.
Okay.
2 paw print emojis. # Ukraine will prevail. Without a doubt, we will do everything in our power to help.
That one doesn't even work.
And we know our possum dad, POTUS, will too. The Ukrainian humans have big hearts and love all people and animals too. That's all one nation needs to know about this great nation. Meow woof.
I wanted to punch my laptop so fucking bad when you finished that.
It's taking everything in me not to make threats to the government right now on the air.
So
I can't wait for them to post a picture of like the Azov Italian cat or something.
So you're saying this is the Sandsverse's fault?
Yes.
I feel like it's Tumblr's influence. And like the funny thing about Sandsverse is they took like a wildly different direction after the first like year. Like they went from this like funny animal voice account to like insane like esoteric ramblings. I read a post because all the people who run the Sandsverse blogs have their own personal blogs and they're like normal. They just post like normal. Someone asked one of the people who ran Seymour once like what the creative process behind some of these posts were, because like some of it's like genuine like, you know, like weird structured poetry, I guess. Like Chandran, you're an English major. Scroll down and read some of this stuff.
I have some of these actually.
Yeah.
It was one that was like, yeah, the one from the Seymour blog that's like, look at the moon, look at your moon. Every day it changes one bit. Look at your face, look at your skull. A moon indeed, a moon indeed. I worry so much one day I will never recognize you. That's the kind of thing you'd see on like
took
a
a sharp turn.
That's the kind of thing you'd see on a blog that also has like, you know, lane fucking edits that are like where they're like a little edgy and they're like, oh, I'm just so fucking sad, and like pictures of girls in like black and white with like big baggy sweaters on. That's the kind of poetry you'd see in like
that's the girl version of guys who wear Joker sweatshirts to Walmart.
My favorite Seymour line. I've been going through the collected works. I love I am he who reaps the dividend. I am Demiurge and Baby Boy. So good.
And then,
I unironically love Sandsverse.
Yeah. And then below that, Elmer's quote is, "Happy birthday, everybody. I fuck my wife in Minecraft."
Cool.
So, yeah. It's, I don't know, like, they also did this thing every February 15th, I think, for like a couple years where they would just have some cataclysmic event, like, in-universe to, like, establish some insane lore. There was one where, like, a big sculpture of an elephant seal was, like, taking over the universe, and then there was a timeline reset at the end of, like, when the clock struck midnight, all the blogs just reset. It was fucking terrifying. Yeah,
they called it Breach Detected. There is an archive blog for those posts that is just about the elephant seals, so that like, cause, some of these blogs got deleted, of course, like over time. So they do have like all of the like the posts in order. But yeah, they had like a couple videos that came out that were just literally the you know, like the hurricane alert sound that would come on TV sometimes. It's like that sound and just the words like breach detected.
Oh hell yeah! That's how they wrote
weird videos like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the Sandsverse Infinity War.
Yeah, then in the next year there was the Lent incident, which was a body snatcher took
Catholic
over Elmo's
crossover.
body.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's another very important aspect of the lore is all
Sandsverse characters are devout Catholics.
Yeah, I don't know if it's devout Catholics or like Orthodox Christians, but one post from Seymour says, "Oh my God, have you heard the terrible news?" Someone said, "What happened, Seymour?" And he said, "They are printing the Bible in the vernacular tongue and distributing it out." To
That's
people.
very Catholic.
That's Catholic. That's Catholic as fuck.
Yeah.
Greg, are you
But
Catholic?
yeah, no.
Is that one of your
Yeah, I'm
things?
Catholic. That's one of my bits, yeah.
Do you have a
Yeah.
confirmation name?
I do. So, my full name in the Catholic Church is Gregory Joseph Francesco Caracciolo Matteo.
Oh, I
Hell
love
So
yeah.
that.
Italian. That is so Italian. That is absurd.
Totally.
Movie to Beppo.
Francesco
I love
Caracciolo is my saint's name. He's I don't know. I got a lot of Catholic lore. I'm related to him supposedly. If we go far back enough in the family tree, he's like a great
Do you get like powers from him? Like
he's
Goku?
the patron saint of
Yeah.
cooks, so I don't know.
But you good
The
cook?
way that
I am a
confirmation
cook.
saints work is that you're supposed to be like drawing on that saint to be like, look over me for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And like you get to pray extra to them because they're gonna talk to God like extra for you than some of the other saints. I just have
special
one.
baby boy.
Right. I was super into it when I was a teenager because I was like, I want to pick like the saint that's like the most powerful. Like I want to get all their powers.
Yeah.
Praying to the blood god of Catholicism. Yeah.
Well, because some of them are
arts.
not. Some of them are like not that useful. Like, whereas some of them are super useful. Like Saint Anthony, he finds stuff for you. He's the saint of like looking for stuff that you can't find. So
that rocks.
you would want to have one of him on your side. But then there's like, I was looking up what saint was like made saint on my birthday, and they were useless. They don't have any powers or like anything that they're good for. I think his name is like Saint Himmelin. Let me see what he's up to. Yeah, he died ill in bed. Not cool. Like some of them were torn apart by lions. Like some of them had their eyes plucked out. He died sick in bed, and he doesn't even have any powers. Useless. So like,
yeah,
you want to pick a saint that can do stuff for you.
My guy doesn't have any good ones, but he is the patron saint of Naples and Italian cooks. And when his body was supposedly when they gave him an autopsy when he died, his heart was found as if it were burnt up with the words imprinted around it, "The zeal of thy house hath consumed me." It's pretty badass.
That sounds like that kind of rocks. Actually,
that's actually kind of
yeah.
Like we need to get into more like obscure Catholic lore.
Honestly, dude, it's pretty cool.
Cook?
But I am a great cook. I'm channeling.
See, that might be your saint coming through there.
I can't figure out what his fucking. You're supposed to get 3 miracles to be a saint. Where the fuck are his miracles? What are his fucking miracles?
The miracle of
he made a really good garlic aioli or whatever one time. Fuck man,
so good that they.
You want to eat right now,
You're
dude.
gonna send me to hell. You're gonna send me to hell by association. Calm down.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. No, there's actually so. Oh wait, sorry. What were you saying?
Oh, I was gonna say. I think one of your next Patreon tiers, maybe like a $100 one, is that the 2 non-Catholic people should get a confirmation saint like chosen for them.
I was raised Catholic, technically. They kicked me out of my Catholic church, though. We weren't paying them enough, like indulgences or whatever.
That's
not how that works. You weren't going to Catholic church, dog.
I don't know where I was going, but they just sent us a letter saying we weren't welcome anymore because we weren't paying our membership or something. I don't know. It was insane.
You weren't going to Catholic church. They don't give a shit about that. I'm going to become a real Catholic defender on Maine right now.
Yeah.
there's a huge like overlap between primates and Catholicism too. By the way, I feel like we've been over this, but the Pope's like alternate title is he's called the Primate of Italy. And like high-ranking, he's the Monkey King of Italy.
That's just regular King of Italy, dog.
I'm
allowed to say that.
We got back to it. It's been so long. We got back to it.
It took us like 4 episodes for me to go back to Italian race science.
Yeah, I think all high-ranking Catholic officials are referred to as primates, and I think that was the idea behind, like the nomenclature for primates is that like they were the holiest of animals because they resembled us so, and therefore they were primates.
Pretty sure it's primata, because it's Latin, dog.
Well,
same letters. Same order.
I feel like I googled this a while ago and it was something like that. I could be entirely wrong. I could be spreading so much misinformation right now.
It's a comedy podcast.
Snopes are gonna be on your ass again.
I do know that the phrase primate for the Catholic Church like almost certainly predates like because I don't think they would purposefully name their pope after a monkey. If they did, that's like really fucking funny.
It's just a title. It's a title or rank bestowed on archbishops in certain churches. I don't know. The hell do I know?
Yeah,
I'm a bad Catholic, so.
I thought you were into like witchy stuff though, Greg.
What? Like
isn't that like
shit?
Yeah, I thought you were like pagan or something.
No, you can't. You can't call me. Look at me. If I'm like I'm pagan, you're like definitely not.
The witch trial of Gregory Matteo.
Also, like the thing about being Catholic is that you don't have to believe in anything. Like
exactly, that's why I love
there's
it.
No like Catholics are all like they're all over the place. That's why the trad Caths are so weird and they're all converts. Because like no one that's like baptized Catholic would act like that. They like go to church and they fall asleep. But the trad Caths are like, yeah, give me this shit in Latin. And they're like, I love reciting the Nicene Creed and meaning every part of it. But that's like not normal.
Fuck, I don't even know. I don't even know like the Hail Mary anymore. Like that's an easy one.
Yeah, there's nothing more Catholic than that.
I know. All I know is the Our Father.
Russian Orthodox.
That's good enough.
I know the Our Father. And I told Jaden that if anything happens to me, there's a Catholic hospital like 2 blocks down the road. Take me there so they give me my last rites. I don't know. Catholicism is all about saying I'm sorry at the end, and then you get to go to heaven.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well, that works out.
It's easy. There's like no steps.
So Reese keeps telling our followers that if we get to a certain amount on Patreon, am going to convert to Russian Orthodox. And not only
I just think you look good in the outfit.
Yeah, so not only do you want me to convert, you think I'm gonna like work my way up the ladder of like the Russian Orthodox Church.
You would just look really good in the outfit.
You keep sending me photos of their outfits and you're like, you look so good in like the high court like priests outfit. And like these are like the upper echelons of like Russian Orthodoxy. You're saying you want me to like break the glass ceiling.
Can you like steal valor? Can you do that?
I think,
or would they like get you for that?
It doesn't have the same tick to it.
What are they doing?
as the hard work that it would take to work my way up.
You gotta make them fork it over to you. You know, you gotta take it from them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The Hillary Clinton of Russian Orthodoxy.
I don't even know what the Russian Orthodox people fucking do. I really thought they were just like the Greeks, really but I feel like they probably get really mad about that. But
well, they're like Catholics, but their mass is like 4 hours long, and they have even more like jewelry and like fancy outfits than the Catholics do.
It's specially designed for old guys to like fall asleep in their little dungeons. Like,
I'm gonna be real. They're called pews. I'm only in it because
the Catholic bleachers, you know.
No, I'm only in it like honestly because like hardcore Catholic architecture is like crazy cool. I love that shit. I love like Gothic architecture, and I'm like, you know,
oh my god,
the Catholic aesthetic is fucking awesome. Like we should incorporate that into everything else we do. Like I want stained glass everywhere and like pretty oak chairs. It's awesome.
You're right.
All the
The
pearls
last
and
good
lace.
Met Gala theme was the one where they did Catholicism. Everyone's outfits were great. Ever since then,
That's
it's
true.
been very sad. AOC showed up in a tax the rich dress.
Why'd you do that?
I don't know, but I'm calling for the public execution of all 435 members of Congress and all 100 senators.
I think that but AOC would be so good at like Sandsverse style cry typing. If she was
Oh
like,
yeah, no, that would rock.
me.
That would rule.
Oh my god.
I didn't mean it.
I
What
did
if
not
he's
mean
Lord?
to betray the proletariat.
In 4 more years, you're gonna get like an old Sandsverse mod like running for public office.
Oh my
Oh,
god, that would rock
absolutely.
so
Some
much.
fucking some like senator for like Missouri.
They have to hold a press conference and say, "I'm sorry for what I said, but gunch is not a slur."
And it'll be a
It doesn't mean
hardcore
anything.
like MAGA guy too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, for sure. My actual favorite Sandsverse blog is 58 Kill, who he still does the like grammar rules and everything, but his thing is he's a gorilla and he's obsessed with like muscle expansion, and he talks about like filling himself up with an air pump and like throbbing and exploding. Like so much of this is like it's like
fuck?
thinly veiled fucking kinks, I
Inflation
guess.
fetish?
Yeah,
Mhm.
fetishes just like played up for comedic value. But yeah, no. There are a lot of primates in the Sandsverse universe, and it's pretty well established. I
And
don't know,
it's not furry stuff.
I believe
it's not even furry stuff. Surprisingly, it's different.
Yeah, it's all
I don't
very
know.
different.
I feel like
I will
everything
say
Kendall
there-
ever shows me is furry stuff.
it's not on purpose, but
These
Yeah.
are two very furry centric
here's the
episodes that
thing.
we've done.
By
here.
by nature of like, first of all, like just the internet, but also just like having to talk about primates, you're gonna come across some furry stuff. I do think that there's very likely there's going to be some Sandsverse fan art out there that is probably furry related. Like,
For sure.
Absolutely,
it's
absolutely.
inevitable.
And if you guys at home really want to look that up, go ahead and Google Sonic inflation for more. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Oh, can I send you guys my Sonic inflation rap? And
Absolutely.
you can do whatever you want with that, but that doesn't.
Do you want us to read it like on stream? I mean,
Oh no, we
on
have.
stream on the.
I have a recording of it.
Yeah.
I can send it too.
Oh,
I think you said this before. Maybe I think I've heard this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is one of the ones from the Cloud Dynasty days, right? Or
Yeah. Rest in peace.
or was that the
for
Kirby
now. We'll
inflation
see.
rap?
It is the Kirby inflation rap.
Okay. Cool. We for a while when Cerise was doing Twitch streams with Steven, they did the Kirby inflation rap, and then some of the merch had Kirby with big feet on it. And
Them big
I think I
stompers.
still have that.
some
with
big
Kirby.
stompers.
With some huge stompers. I think I still have that beanie somewhere in this fucking apartment. I need to get it out at some point.
Pump me up, I need that nozzle in my socket. Can of compressed air on lock in my pocket. I wanna look like Kirby and go boom. I want to sexually be a balloon. In the hash pad and there's cum in the carpet. Chronic posted up with a J, can we spark it? Sonic's getting pumped, so's Donkey, so's Diddy. Show me where my hole is. Let's get silly.
Cool.
Give me 1 second. Do you guys hear my dog? I don't know
Yes.
what's going on
Yeah.
with my
Oh,
dog.
yeah.
She's been going. Oh my god, this is so insane. She's going. Hold on, I'll be right back.
It's okay.
Bye.
It's normally my dog doing something, but they're
That's why you guys
sleeping
gotta get
peacefully
cats.
right
This,
now. They're
we
being
recorded
good.
that
Make any
bonus
sounds.
episode yesterday. Did the same thing. That Daisy, I think, yeah, Daisy, just nonstop screaming.
Cats make lots of sounds. Kendall's cat was always like yelling at us
was,
when we were
yeah.
trying to record.
Yeah, before she up and died.
God damn. Okay, well, I got her to
I
be
got
quiet. for a
2 of the
second,
3 are in here
Dude.
with me. They're just like knocked out. There's one over there, and I don't know.
Well, the
Freya's like
problem with
behind a fan.
my old cat is that she was a Siamese, so she's just like she was always screaming. These new ones, they do nothing. They're very
Is that
very
cat
quiet.
racism?
Absolutely.
No,
Sounds a little bit like.
She just
No, the
that's
other
just
cat?
how, like, her brother sounded like that too before he like up and left. So
Oh,
like,
so they're all the
like
same
that.
to you.
Yeah.
yeah,
Kendall,
that's true. One of them
now
was cute, was big and fat, and the other one was very, very small.
I'm changing your rating on competency on racial issues from 6 out of 10 to 5 out of 10.
It was at 6 out of 10 before?
It was
Yeah.
6, yeah.
I took points off because Kendall's from Connecticut and has blue eyes.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, that's points.
And went to
Blue
school
eyes
with
is,
Tucker
yeah.
Carlson. Yeah.
The blue eyes thing, I'm still not the exception. I remind Cerise too much of Nash Greer.
I just don't think that, like, I was saying this before. I don't believe that people who have blue eyes, like, their parents were doing that on purpose. Because I've seen the Punnett squares. So you have to have two blue-eyed people all the way up for someone to be existing with blue eyes. And it's like, I just, like once again, Kendall, what color eyes does your spouse have?
They're blue.
Right.
See,
Right.
Interesting.
Motherfuckers with blue eyes always looking at the camera like,
Listen.
oh, are you talking about my eyes?
And then they're like, oh, I don't really know what color my eyes are. They change with the weather, with my mood.
Yeah. And then they're always like, oh, it's so bright outside.
Like purple.
Mm-hmm.
Wear a hat.
I can't stand them. I can't stand them. If I had kids with blue eyes, which I wouldn't. I would never have kids with blue eyes, but if I did, I would make them wear colored contacts. Like they could not be going out with just like blue eyes facing the world.
Oh my god! Wait, my dad is like a light-skinned black guy with blue eyes. He's like the only like Dago Italian Spaniard with dark hair and like just bright blue eyes. He's always just
What
like,
are you talking about? What are you even talking about?
Greg just used a slur for Italian.
I'm allowed to use that one. I'm allowed to use that
Are you
one.
allowed to say that?
Yeah, I'm allowed to say it. I'm allowed to say it. I'm one too. It's okay. No. He's like this swarthy man with dark hair and then like these bright blue eyes.
I think.
Oh my god, Greg. Greg laughing himself.
No, I'm realizing it now because every
over
picture I've
Italian
seen of my
racism.
dad, is like a young man or like a kid. He was doing that fucking that like light skin with blue eyes
The
thing where
light
he's
skin
like
face. The light skin face.
where he's like just really they're really open and like right at the camera.
God.
Dad. Drake.
No.
Is he
no.
Drake?
No. Okay.
That's a shame.
Well.
That really funny.
I hope I don't pass down
Drake?
blue eyes to my kids. They'd be so fucking
Yeah,
annoying.
me also.
So, do we want to do some questions? Do we want to get some questions out of the way? I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever, dude.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. All right. Let's see. Barefoot Legos, monkeypox. We already sort of answered that. My final comment on monkeypox is that I didn't do it, and it wasn't me. And I will be taking no further questions.
Sure.
All right. Goop Slangen asks, "Do any primates have the fine motor skills to do a genuine thumb war?" I don't know. That's kind of that's such a like. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't expecting questions this specific when I like fucking started this shit. Like I was expecting like, what is
we got a bunch of really good questions out of nowhere in the question bucket. I feel like.
Yeah, are you trying to like?
Yeah, like-
Are you trying to like say you're incompetent right now?
No, I don't know how to answer this. Like
You work with chimps, man. How
considering
fine
what
are
Mo did to Delonda, or whatever her name was. I feel like you remember we just talked about the chimp in our bonus episode who fucking is the cuck chimp who watched his owner get mauled by some other chimps.
Yeah.
I think his wife got her thumb torn off by one of the mauling chimps.
Yeah, he would win. A chimp would win by the metric that they would just rip the other person's fucking thumb off.
I think that's how non-human primates would play thumb war. They would just try to rip each other's thumbs off.
Yeah, I feel like they would like just not agree to the terms of the thumb war at all.
I think I'd put chimps up there. I think they're winning that shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't think a gorilla has the like thirst for blood in him that a chimpanzee does. I don't think he can like take the killing shot. Perry asks, who can take a kick to the balls best? Who's standing? Who's crumpling? Who needs to go to the? I'm not. Is this
that about
talking
us or
apes
monkeys?
or
Yeah,
us?
it's about us.
Well,
It's
Austin,
about us.
Austin, I think you're taking it the best, to be quite honest with you.
He's used to it.
You know what? I'm glad you said that because I would.
Oh,
When
I'm
I was
saying you
in
don't have
elementary
balls.
School,
Aw.
well, that's not very nice.
Wow.
Well, no, fucking in elementary school, me and my friends used to do this thing where we'd like sneak up on each other and just hit each other in the balls as hard as possible. To the point where,
Oh yeah,
like, I
your
am,
friends
like,
would do
so
that too,
immune
or
to
was it just happening to you?
No, we'd do it to each other. We'd,
Oh yeah, it was a
we'd
big
get each other.
game. Everybody did it. Yeah.
Everybody did it. Yeah.
What's
It was grabbing.
that poem about intricate rituals to touch the skin of other men?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was
Gorilla
probably,
Girls.
you know.
It's actually from,
But
it is from a group, an artist group called the Gorilla Girls. So
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
It's some relevance
gorilla
there.
spelled the like revolutionary way, not the primate way.
Yeah, but I want to.
No, they did wear ape masks, I will say. They did
Oh
used
yeah,
to wear
I
gorilla masks.
heard about that. I actually wanted
Yeah.
to bring them up on the podcast at some point because fucking yeah, no, they go around wearing gorilla masks and do like
Yeah.
protest stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
They're
yeah.
apparently
Cool.
like mildly problematic in some way, but I can't remember why.
Oh,
Hell
they got
fucking
into some
yeah.
Kendall, you and I should do that. You and I should do that when we join Femin.
Oh yeah.
We're joining Femin soon.
What's that?
What's done?
Yeah, what is that?
They're the French feminists that like whenever they go to anything, they're just topless, and that kind of seems to be the entirety of
Of
their
the-
protest.
yeah.
Like it
Okay,
doesn't
okay.
really matter what's happening. They just show up, and then they're
I
topless.
feel like that's something
they
that
were.
they just want to do regardless a little bit, but you know.
Yeah.
The French are a vile people.
Disgusting.
You're so right.
All Mediterranean peoples,
on.
honestly. Like, there's a reason. Like, they don't work.
Oh my
They don't
God,
do
okay.
anything. They just ride on their
like
they ride on their ancient
a
history.
banger
Italians
episode
don't
for
do
Greg
anything
right
useful, and they're like, we were Rome.
Greg attacks every European continent.
There's no European who is safe from Greg's scorn.
And
Albanians.
rightly
I'm
so.
pro Albania.
Yeah.
I'm pro
Hmm.
I'm pro Southern Italians. Northern Italians, they're basically the Hun. And then you've got
What? I don't even understand that.
Northern Italians are just Germans in disguise.
Okay. All right.
Whatever. Let me take my random
accept it.
geographic stands. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Sure.
This one's insane. Mina says, I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure. Says, I saw a gibbon and an orangutan in the same enclosure at the Omaha Zoo, and the orangutan was trying to have sex with the gibbon. Do they do that in the? No, I don't think so. I think you just found a really fucked up orangutan. I've never heard of this in my life.
I think they got a really
like-
fucked up zoo. Like, are they allowed to be in the same enclosure?
Well, yeah, gibbons and orangutans get along really well. They're it's really
Yeah,
common for
really
gibbons
well,
and
apparently.
orangutans to be in.
Yeah.
It's really common for them to be in the same enclosure because they're just like they feed off of each other's vibes really well. They like riff really well. They could start a really good podcast.
Yeah,
honestly.
let's go.
Okay.
They make a
But
real good
I-
kickback. You know, they bring the gibbons bring the beers.
A
Yeah.
gibbon, an orangutan, and a chimp all walk into a bar.
They
No
all start having
survivors.
sex.
Yeah, they're
Absolutely.
also having sex.
So
I'm gonna
no.
Google gibbon orangutan sex.
Let's see what pops up.
Yeah, all right. You're on a list.
Nope.
This should
Okay.
be called Let Austin Google for you. Like that's
Yeah.
Bro has
because like
no
some of this
fucking
stuff is
boundaries.
like some of this stuff like I know just off the top of my head, like for sure. Some of this stuff I like. This is like genuinely shocking to me. I've never heard of this in my life. Let me. Okay, the Omaha Zoo. What does this look like?
But like other animals do that, right? Because like that's how you get donkeys.
yeah.
Yeah, I suppose.
That's how
I
you
feel
get
like that's more like a
mules.
human. I feel like that's
Oh,
a
yeah.
human imposed thing
You're right.
usually, though. Like it's not. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I do know like dolphins will have sex with anything. I've just never known orangutans to
The
be like
serial
sex
rapists of the
pests.
ocean.
Like, yeah, Omaha Zoo doesn't even like look that bad. They have a huge like glass fucking desert dome out of nowhere.
That's where they bake all the fucking animals.
Yeah.
Turn them into animal crackers. That's where those come from.
Yeah.
Crackers in my soup.
I was about to do that too.
Yeah, I thought maybe this was gonna be like. I thought maybe this would just be a fucked up
Once
zoo,
again,
but this is like a
proving that
normal,
I'm Greg
reputable
Kinney.
zoo.
Can we do another question, Austin?
Do you have one in mind?
No, I'm just saying I don't want to hear about gibbons and chimps fucking anymore. Because if we do it any longer, I'm gonna start really bitching about the zoo I went to in Salt Lake City last week.
Okay.
All right, yeah, you know what?
Oh, yeah.
All right, yeah. Let me
This is
bitch
relevant.
about
do
this for
that.
a minute. Utah's Hogle Zoo. All right, it's the only zoo in Utah. It is. I don't even know how to like describe it. It's about as big as a football field, but they have every animal you would expect to see at like the Atlanta Zoo. Like it's too many animals in too small of a space, and it's just they all look so sad. All of the primates, they're inside. They don't really have an ability to go outside. So the only primates that can go outside are the gorillas, but they have like a dirt lot with like a kid's treehouse in the middle. It's so
I feel like
fucking
they couldn't
depressing.
even like go in that.
They were in it when I was there. Like they kind of wandered out into it. They had a baby gorilla. They have 2 orangutans who also they're trapped in like a jail cell in this wildly overheated fucking like warehouse where like big glass walls and the monkeys are all in a pit. They're all below you. So when you like go in there, you have to look down because they're down there on the ground and then they got like a fake tree to climb. It's so fucked up and all of the animals in there look sad. Some of them look underfed. It's like walking through a museum too. Like all the little animals, all their enclosures were like looking at a museum exhibit. They were in like a cage. It's like maybe 4 feet wide and like 4 feet deep. And that was that's their whole existence. It's the most fucked up zoo I've ever seen. And the whole time I'm there, because everybody does this. You go to the zoo and you're like, it's gonna be so fun. And then like halfway through, like all of these animals are abused. I gotta get them out of here. Like the tigers, there was like they have like 4 tigers in like a space as big as my apartment. Like maybe it's 800 square feet and there's 4 tigers in there. Everybody looked like a little emaciated and sad. The elephants didn't. There's 2 elephants and they didn't have.
How they don't have enough fucking
space.
Elephants in there?
Well, they have like not enough
I
space
guess.
to like move around. Like half of their enclosure is a big water feature, and the other half is like this little dirt square in the corner where I guess they stand for most of the day. Like they can't really like
Oh my god.
move around at any speed.
Oh.
Yeah, it was really fucked up.
I will say I'm looking at pictures of the Hogle Zoo right now, and it looks exactly like the Tokyo Zoo from World War II, where they used to keep the like the captured American bomber pilots and like and shit. It has the same like aesthetic to it, just like the cages and the like entrance. It's very similar.
I want to go to a prisoner of war zoo. That would be fun.
What, like with John McCain?
Yeah,
John McCain
like just like I guess he's dead now. Go grab John McCain's corpse, just string him up there.
The second time that we've recorded, and both times we have brought up John McCain at some point.
Did we bring up John McCain last week?
Do you remember?
They should have left John McCain in that fucking Hanoi hotel. You know what I'm saying?
Do you remember all those tweets do you remember all those tweets that Meghan McCain deleted where she says, "I loved you more than those bitches before," and she like she tweeted that like 9 different times over like the course of
She has not deleted them. She has not deleted them.
She did?
Still up. There are so many Lana Del Rey lyrics that Meghan McCain has tweeted at different points. She's like, I feel like
honestly,
more in my mind. I just ride.
She fits the aesthetic so well. Like those songs were made for her.
There used to be a video of it was like an ancient TMZ video of Meghan McCain kind of being Paris Hilton's bottom bitch because like no one knew who she was at the time. So like she's just sitting there while Paris gets all of her photos taken in the parking lot, and they're asking her all these questions. And finally, Meghan just goes like, "We have to get to the AMC theater now. We're late, Paris. Like, let's go." And something about that is just like, wow.
I'm so glad Meghan McCain stepped up to the plate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
No, I'm going to go back to the zoo thing, so finish your sentence.
Okay.
I'm
so glad Meghan McCain stepped up to the plate after John McCain died, just became the unhinged McCain for us all to laugh at. It was...
Yeah.
I feel like most children don't really, respect the family legacy the way Meghan McCain does.
I'm glad she gave up on local elections and just started going on The View.
The View.
I
can't believe she was actually a fucking host. I can't believe she hosted The View for like a year.
Sense. If you've like ever, I would actually recommend the like tell all, like unauthorized biography about The View. Because it's pretty good. It's mostly just about how like the show's producers like always wanted like one conservative voice on there, and it always had to be just like some blonde lady who like got rejected by like every single Fox News outlet. So they just
my mom
loves
like,
new blonde ladies.
I love watching The View with her.
They love to fight. Those ladies love to fight with each other.
They just love it.
Do you think that like
son of a bitch.
conservative women like sign some sort of like blood contract where they have to like dye their hair like bright platinum blonde because they all look like they look like Pokemon, you know, where like the younger one is like Pichu and then they evolve, but like they all have the same like skin tone of like mid orange and then like a very bright platinum blonde hair that is like fried.
I have never seen my mom's natural hair color. She has kept it dyed for her whole life, just blonde.
Oh, that rocks.
Chandra, do you want to hear something sick and twisted about my mom?
Yeah.
About my mom's dye.
Is that what we're doing now?
Episode.
Yeah, we're doing that. So my mom's naturally a brunette. I get my blonde hair from my dad, who's bald as shit now. So she's always been like seethingly jealous of the fact that I was a natural blonde. So she did this thing where she's like, I can't dye my full head like blonde because that won't look natural. So instead she pays out the nose every like 2 to 3 weeks to get like her hair highlighted over and over and over again until it looks blonde. So like she won't go for like the full bottle like dye. She just does like painstaking highlights that take 4 fucking hours to do every like 2 to 3 weeks so that she can look blonde like me. I swear to God. And now I've dyed my hair this like gray color, and she's like,
that's all you need to say.
The psychology of white women is not something that I can even begin to try to understand. I don't have anything bad to say about my mom, but I do have something bad to say about men that is related, which is that like when Tommy Lauren was all over the place on the internet, there were so many fucking leftist men who were like, I want to have sex with her in a way where I could save her, and she's not even hot.
Oh yeah, that's like Abby Shapiro, right? Isn't that the one?
She looks like the maybe like 5th best looking like girl in a sorority in like in like a second rate state school. Like it was so just true. That they want to like dominate someone that has like bad views. And I'm so tired of seeing it. And now that she's gone, they're doing it about Abby Shapiro. And I need the men to get their shit together. That's all I have to say.
All right, let me bitch about the zoo for a minute.
Yeah, let's hear about
it, Greg.
Okay, so the Hogle Zoo, Utah's Hogle fucking Zoo, rated as the 8th worst zoo in the fucking world. In the world for elephant care and animal care.
Oh shit! Yeah,
rated
that's bad.
Worst in the world. There's so much fucked up shit going on at this zoo. Also, in 1999, 2 zookeepers were attacked by 3 chimps after a man failed to close their gate. 2 of the chimpanzees were shot and killed, and a 3rd was contained and sent to a zoo in Kansas.
Oh, good for that.
Yeah, because when I was there, they don't have fucking chimps at the zoo anymore, man. There are no chimps. But here we go. Hold on. I'm going to give you guys. Oh, it's not there anymore. I pulled up the source, and it's on Deseret News, which is exactly what you think something called Deseret News would be. It's like a right-wing Mormon paper, and I can't. The news article's gone, and I can't find the source. I want to know more about this chimp attack.
I'm looking at the saddest fucking picture of these elephants at the
They're so fucking sad. God. It's so bad.
This is so nasty. I'm gonna share this in the recording discussion because it's the saddest fucking picture of these.
It was so
elephants.
Fucking depressing when I was there. Yeah, that's it. That's what their enclosure looks like. Yeah, it's that small, and in front of them, in the foreground, there is a gigantic, like 30-foot deep pool that they can't get in, so they're just like trapped back there. And there's only those two elephants. Those are the two elephants that are still there.
Good.
It's so fucking depressing. All of their animals live in tiny ass little enclosures. It's so fucked up.
You know in like Zoo Tycoon where you'd put a gate in front of like the exit and then you just save your file and then release all the animals and make them eat all the guests. Like that's kind of what I want to do.
Yeah, we should Jurassic Park this zoo, honestly.
Yeah. You should see, and like they have meerkats, right? But all of the exhibits fucked me up. The meerkat one made me really sad because they're in like this middle of this big cement plaza. There is no shade. They have like a fake rock, and then they just dig around in this empty, no vegetation like dirt pit. That's their exhibit. There's no shade. I don't know where the fuck they get water or food. They just have like this fake rock with a PVC tube in the middle, and then like a little bit of like dirt mounds for them to dig around in. That's the whole fucking zoo. The whole thing looks just like that. It's like it's fucking hell. And it's hot here. Like it gets fucking hot. It gets like well over 100 degrees in the summer.
America so we can justify moving all of them somewhere. Be better than what
Peter on the phone. What's Peter up to right now?
Posting something vaguely racist, probably.
I feel like PETA's too scared of the Mormons to do anything about this, unfortunately.
There's no such PETA is like the most blessed.
Joe Biden's PETA's been doing Joe Biden's dirty work for like the past 20 years. They kill so many dogs. Like they like kidnap people's like pets and kill them. So I just feel like they could be spending their time somewhere else.
They've been doing Pete Buttigieg's work for the last 20 years.
Greg,
what?
Greg, so okay, it said I found a Google Groups post of the guy who got attacked by the 3 chimpanzees at Utah's Hogle Zoo on the 10-year anniversary of the attack. Him and his friends threw a party for commemorating the attack with a monkey cake, stuffed monkeys, and invitations with like bananas and shit everywhere. So
friends like that.
He said there were tears and laughter as Bradley recounted his memories of the February 27th, 1999 mauling to friends and family. That is, you know what? I feel like it's good that he has a sense of humor about it. I feel like a chimpanzee mauling is probably one of the funniest things that could happen to a person in a way.
The chimp ate my baby, you know. That was a terrible Australian accent. I apologize.
I have no clue what you were trying to do.
Oh, it's the woman who said her dingo ate her baby. There was a case in Australia where like this kid went missing and she claimed that a dingo ate her baby.
She clearly killed her baby.
Dingo.
And they all think, everyone thinks that she killed her baby. And that was a long-standing like Australian true crime case.
I just found out what they killed the 2 chimps at the Salt Lake City Zoo with. They euthanized the 2 chimps at the Salt Lake City Zoo by shooting them with shotguns multiple times. And I know, okay, and this happened in 1999. Salt Lake City has been a major city for like well over a fucking 100 years. This was not some podunk zoo in the middle of fucking nowhere. The goddamn zoo is in the middle of downtown. It's like going to the Bronx Zoo in New York. It's in the middle of the city. They were out there with pump shotguns, just bam! What the fuck?
They did not
and it
make
happened
the same
while the
mistake
zoo was open. The zoo was open. The zoo was not closed. There were people there.
You know, it's funny. I'm reading, and the guy who made this post said when he woke up from the surgery after being mauled by the chimps, the first thing he asked was, "Did they kill the chimps?" So I can only assume he was like kind of like John Wick style like, vengeance, like all these
The
fucking
chimps down?
chimps at the zoo.
Do they have the death penalty in Utah?
Got
Yeah,
it,
but I don't
right?
think they've actually executed anybody in a really long time. It's like one of
Because
those
like
states where it's
one
like
of the
they'll give it to you.
options,
Um,
one of the options
Utah was
is,
one of the
is
last
death
states
by
for
firing
death by.
squad, right?
Yeah, it's death by firing squad, and then in Idaho you can still opt for
Death by chimp
hanging.
mauling.
Yeah. What?
I have
Yeah,
a
people
little,
don't realize this, but like Idaho is a way more Mormon state than Utah. Like way more Mormon.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's why you got all the right wing
I had a Mormon friend who was
nut
like,
jobs.
I have a Mormon friend who was
Idaho's the one
insanely
that
into
still has those like
Homestuck who moved to
secret
Idaho.
polygamous families. No, I feel like Idaho's the one that has those like polygamous families that live in the
Yeah,
mountains or
the state
whatever.
of Utah
Yeah.
keeps getting in trouble, and so now they're pretty good about every time there is a polygamous family, they like send in the fucking
Yeah, they crack
State
down.
Bureau of Investigation to go shut them down. There's an entire
We're
town.
shutting this
There's,
operation
Why?
down.
there's a whole fucking town at the bottom of the state. It's on the border of Arizona. I can't remember what the fuck it's called. It's like Colorado Falls or something. And the federal government owns every building in the town because it was run by a polygamous cult that they had to bust, that the state and the federal government had to bust. So now every building in the town, the houses, the businesses, the entire city is owned by the Fed, and the federal government will not sell it back to the people who live there because they're a polygamist cult.
So I've got free advice for any Mormon polygamous cult members that are listening. Dye your hair green. Start using they pronouns, and then it will actually be fine. Like
Yeah,
the government
it's a
will not
polyfuel.
come after you. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
you
That's
just have to
polyfuel.
rebrand. Yeah,
It's not
It
poly.
could work.
It's not a poly.
Mhm.
It's a poly. So
yeah, easy peasy.
it's fine.
Okay.
Oh, holy shit!
Ugh.
With lethal injection drugs no longer being like produced, firing squad is actually the
Happening.
only way that they do execution now. And I've also
Oh,
just
so
realized by
you
looking.
could say this is like a
I am
legal execution.
looking. Stop! I am looking at the fucking execution chamber. Do you know where they firing squad you? Inside, in a fucking metal chair. Hold on, I'm gonna fucking
Bullets.
look at this.
Bullets.
You're
are
gonna
fucking
die
everywhere.
standing on your feet.
It's no, you strap you to a chair. It's like the Green Mile. They put you in that chair. It's the Green Mile chair. And you're like, I don't think I want to die. And then they. Who the fuck
Oh my
shoots
god.
multiple guns inside? What the fuck is this? Why is the picture not uploaded?
Just blow out everyone's fucking eardrums.
Seriously.
So
And then
cool.
like the lethal injection. This is the most fucked
The
up execution.
fucking-
Like some
What
states,
about if
it's
the
all
bullet
fucked
like
up.
ricochets and just hits one of the firing squad?
Looks like they got like a saw. It is like just a cement
2 for
wall behind
1.
them. So I don't know. Why the fuck? Ugh, there's a big drain in front of them too. Look at this picture.
Oh no!
That's
Those are your
brutal.
options.
God
The
damn.
lay down in the.
A firing
Hell bed.
squad chamber.
Did you ever think that the Sandsverse episode would take us to monkey firing squad?
We barely even talked about the Sandsverse, honestly. We can't even call this the Sandsverse episode. We just like we did an overview and started talking about, man, what if we like firing squad killed a chimpanzee?
we talked about Catholicism as much as we talked about Sands.
It was equal amount. Oh my god.
We are
I feel like it's
the
only
equal
right
airtime opportunity
more, though.
podcaster.
All right, do you guys want to do one more question, and then I'm probably gonna head out. I don't know.
We've already recorded for an hour and a half. I think
Yeah,
we
our
might be
episodes
good.
usually aren't this long,
No,
but yeah,
It's our
Yeah.
fault. We've infected you
Our
with our.
impact.
literally.
yeah. Let's see.
Talk
Barefoot
about monkey
Legos
pox.
asks.
Talk about podcast pox. How about that?
Yeah. Barefoot Legos asks, what do we think happened to Mo the chimp? I guess that's mostly just for us, since we're the. Well, actually, no. We can. Okay, the backstory behind this is a chimpanzee escaped into the California wilderness and was never found ever again. So
Yeah.
let's just all take turns speculating. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say for my guess, Mo the chimp was responsible for exactly 2 Bigfoot sightings in a week and then died. That's my guess.
I can go. He's working at Equinox in West Hollywood, and they just think that he's like a big hairy bear, just a big gay bear. When he asks if they want a towel, he just goes ooh ooh ah ah, and they just assume that he's like I don't know, like Albanian or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bulk and Slender!
He speaks
Let's
a
go.
different language, I don't know.
All right. Who wants to go next?
Oh, I have no idea. I feel like I think he made it to the center of the Earth. He's gonna King Kong this shit. He's gonna King Kong this shit.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. For sure.
Okay,
Amy.
I feel like probably made his way to LA, grew out his hair, so he's got that like Gen Z like floofy thing on top.
He got a perm.
Yeah, he got
right.
a perm.
He's got streetwear on, and now he's just like blending in seamlessly with like the other boys in the hype house.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
He started to get really into Rick Owens.
Yeah, he's doing like upper body dances only. I feel like you could train a chimp to do TikTok
He's
dances.
got a walk and grind playlist.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. A chimp could do TikTok dances. I feel like that's something untapped.
A chimp could hit the whoa. I'm so sure.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
I would love to see a chimp hit the whoa. Oh my god.
I could do a lot.
I would do so much.
Well, you know what? I'll make this happen. I will get a job as like a chimp behavioral trainingist. I will do everything in my power to make sure.
Every single time you see this chimp, you just get him.
Until he fucking mimics me. I throw him a little peanut every time I do it.
I start calling him Charlie D'Amelio, Chimply D'Amelio.
$100 Patreon tier for every time you get $100, you teach the chimp a new TikTok dance.
Oh my god, yes, absolutely.
If you give us $100 on Patreon, we will mail order a rhesus monkey to our home and teach it TikTok dances.
Yeah.
Get lost right now, or I swear to God, you're dying tonight.
Just run that shit like the fucking circus, just like random if they don't do it right. I don't know.
I mean, that's how TikTok children are treated anyway. I'm sure they're like big Calabasas houses.
Where? Okay, wait.
Where
Where did
Charlie, you're not eating tonight.
He escaped from a sanctuary, and then
California?
He's like
What state?
50 miles away in some forest in California.
Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he escaped. He made it to one of those rural districts in California. Now he's the current Republican frontrunner for the California primaries.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So
I think he's running for a rural California congressional seat, and he's gonna win. He's gonna win. He got up there and
by
he
a
said
landslide.
he like screeched CRT, and then like now he's up by 40 points.
He just screamed so loud that everyone got scared.
Yeah, he yelled so loud. Everybody's like, you know what? He reminds me of Donald. I love it. Like he's loud. He's not afraid to speak his mind.
He says it like it is.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't sugarcoat things like those fucking libtards. You know.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
All right. Well, this is a fun episode.
This was a
really fun episode.
Absolutely.
Let's do some like sign-offs. Big Soy Naturals. You can find them on Patreon. You can also find us on Patreon. I'm Austin at PizVortex.
I'm Chandran at Moon's Gift.
I'm Greg. Stop fucking following me on Twitter. I don't care about you.
Okay.
I'm Commodify This on Twitter. You can follow me. But don't say anything to me. Don't slide in my DMs.
Okay.
I'm She Herzog on Twitter. You can gaze longingly at my AVI. I'm not sure about following me, but sure. I mean, why not?
Yeah, follow Kendall on TikTok. Kendall will do TikTok
God,
dances for
don't.
you.
Yes.
Yo.
Every
Tap into
TikTok
the
dance we
TikTok
teach that
market,
chip,
honestly.
Kendall has to do it too.
I have never done a TikTok dance in my life on there. I have.
I
Only been
have.
there-
I did. The rolling one by Doja Cat. That's what I did.
Oh, I know, Chandra.
Cool.
I know.
Yeah, you saw it probably. You
Yeah,
saw it.
yeah.
Becca's- Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I've done the no poop July trend on TikTok. If anybody's
That
familiar.
was the worst posting I've ever seen in my entire life. 'Cause every morning I would wake up and go on TikTok and I would see
new no poop July just dropped.
it was the worst.
And then I've done a lot of.
My
If you love cats, there's some TikToks of my cats. Also, there's a wonderful subculture here in Salt Lake City. So if you've ever heard of the 9th and 9th whale, I got a great TikTok up. It's my most viral one to date. You can find me on TikTok at Greg Mateo. Something. I don't know. Greg Mateo 16.
Okay, yeah,
I
let's
think
plug
it's like
our
a random.
TikToks now.
I'm plugging. Hold on, let me pull up my fucking TikTok. What is my fucking?
All right, well,
No,
my
shut
only
up,
TikTok
Austin.
appearance is
Yeah,
getting
fair enough.
pranked. I was recently pranked on TikTok. That's my only appearance.
What does that mean?
You have a
The
TikTok?
thin eyebrows prank. No, I was just featured in a thin eyebrows prank.
Did your
TikTok.
girlfriend make this TikTok and get you with it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't know it was a filter.
How did you look with thin eyebrows? Did you look? good?
I don't know. I was kind of surprised. I wasn't sure. I feel like I
Just
had
say you
already
thought you were hot.
accepted
Just
it.
say you thought you were hot. Just say it.
No, I didn't.
I bet you look like Meg Ryan in the '90s. You know that everybody.
No, I keep telling him he looks like Brittany Murphy from 8 Mile.
I do not look like Brittany Murphy.
You fucking do. You look like
Greg, do
8
you feel
Mile
like the
Brittany
right
Murphy,
banana
dog.
For that.
Do you feel like the right M&M, Greg?
No, I like to think of
Greg
myself
is the
as an
white
out of shape Stanley Tucci.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't
Everybody's got
understand
to.
that
If you're
so-
bald, you got to pick a guy and then base your personality around.
You gotta
it, and
pick a
that's me.
guy, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
But no,
Alright.
you don't even know. Nobody's ever going to see this. But Austin, I have the best eyebrows on the pod. Okay, I was gifted these
Yeah,
by
I can't.
Christ.
It's all pixelated, so I'm gonna assume you're lying.
Every so often, I see this post come across my Tumblr feed of this bald dude showing off his head, and just somebody complaining about like this post being recommended and says, "Look at my head, boy." And I keep thinking
It is great.
Where they're like, "Stop recommending me this post. I don't want to see it." And then he's just like, "Look at my head, boy." It's like,
We gotta get out of here.
We do.
Yeah, we
All
do
right,
get the fuck
yeah,
outta
it was
here.
fun.
It was so
It was
fun.
great.
Thank
It
you
was
so
great
much for
doing this
coming
with you
over.
guys.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
it rocks. All right.
See ya,
I'm gonna
everybody.
stop the recording. See ya.
All right.
Bye.
Thank-
Pump me up, I need that nozzle in my socket. Can of compressed air on lock in my pocket. I wanna look like Kirby and go boom. I want to sexually be a balloon. In the hash pad and there's cum in the carpet. Chronic posted up with a J, can we spark it? Sonic's getting pumped, so's Donkey, so's Diddy. Show me where my hole is. Let's get silly.